Hey everyone, Dan Longman here with Priority Lending. Hope you're doing well. Hey, so we are approaching the end of March, believe it or not. And this is when the real estate market, especially down in South Florida, really starts to heat up. We start to get a lot of buyer demand. And partly this is because people want to start moving into a new area because of the schools, for their children. And they usually like to do that in the spring before the summer, because then a lot of times they'll go on their summer travel plans. So we're really starting to see the activity of buyer demand out there, which is great. I think another reason is because interest rates have kind of settled down. We've actually seen them come down the last couple days. So, remember we got as high as, over 7%, and now they're hovering more in the low 6%. So this has brought, buyer demand out. And also too, I want to point out, I think we might be done with the rate hikes, according to the Federal Reserve. So that's also really good news. But there's a program out there I wanted to talk about today, and I've mentioned this before. It's almost been around for a year, not quite, but it's the Hometown Heroes program. And a lot of people just don't know if they qualify for this program or really what it entails. I personally, now that it's been out for a good 9-10 months, I really think this is a great program. And I want to give you 3 benefits of this Hometown Heroes program. Now, before I do that, first off, this program is available to all of our veterans, and it's got about 90 different professions. Most of them are your first responders, police, firefighter, your teachers, medical industry, etc. So if you're not sure if you qualify or one of those professions, just feel free to reach out. We'll let you know. But one of the misconceptions is when it comes to a first-time home buyer. It is for a first-time home buyer, except veterans are exempt. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer. But the definition of a first-time home buyer is just that you haven't owned a property in the last 3 years. So let me just repeat that. You haven't owned a property in the last 3 years. So if you've owned a home before, sold it, and you've been renting or living with family for the last 3 years, you are now, under the definition, a first-time home buyer again. So in theory, you could qualify for this program. So the 3 benefits, number 1, is that you get up to a 5% or a $25,000 max funds to go towards your closing costs or down payment. Closing costs or down payment, max of $25,000 or 5%. And this is at a 0% interest rate. There's no monthly payments that need to be made. And this loan would basically be paid off when you either sell the property or you refinance the property. Number 2, this program carries slightly discounted interest rates. So the interest rate on the Hometown Heroes is typically going to be lower than your regular conventional FA or VA rate. So huge benefit there. And the third thing, and I feel a lot of people don't realize this, is that part of your closing costs on any mortgage includes tax, right? We can't avoid tax. But there's, on a mortgage, it's called intangible tax. You are actually exempt from this when you participate in the Hometown Heroes program. So this will save you at least a couple $1,000s depending on your loan size. But for those 3 reasons, like I said, you can get up to $25,000, 0% interest rate, a discounted interest rate on the actual loan on your first mortgage, and the fact that you avoid some closing costs by being exempt from the intangible taxes really makes this program a great program. So just wanted to put that out there. If you have questions about this, if you are entering the home buying market now and you just kind of want to know where you stand, if you potentially qualify for this program or any others, feel free to reach out. We would love to help you and obviously answer any questions you have. Okay, hope you have a great day and talk to you soon. Take care.